Okay, we're going to go ahead and factor some expressions, and I'm going to give you several examples, and you could do these with me or just listen. So the first one, we have 3x plus 6. And the goal for factoring is basically we're trying to find a factor that goes into both of the terms within the expression. So what number or variable goes into both this term and this term? And if you're thinking of 3, 3 goes into 3 once here, and 3 goes into 6 twice here, that would work. So we would rewrite this as 3 times x plus 2. And the reason we're writing it that way is because 3 goes into 3 once, so what's left is the x, and then 3 goes into 6 2 times. So it's almost like we're doing the opposite of distributive property. If we wanted to make sure that we were right, we could do distributive property here. 3 times x is 3x, and 3 times 2 is 6, and that would give us back to our original expression. So let's go ahead and do several more. I'm going to say we have 5x minus 5. And if you're thinking 5 will go into both terms, you're correct. 5 times the quantity of x minus 1. And the reason it's a 1 is because 5 goes into 5 one time. Let's do some more. Say we have 12x minus 6. Well, let's see. 6 will go into 12 two times, so we could say 6, and then 6, or 12 divided by 6 gives us 2 left over, so 2x minus 1. Another one is 10x minus 4. Well, 4 does not go into 10, but 4 and 10 have another common factor of 2. 2 goes into 10 and 2 goes into 4. So we could have 2 times the quantity of 5x minus 2. Because 2 times 5 is 10, and then 2 times 2 is going to be 4. Let's keep going. Let's say we have 12x plus 9. Again, 9 doesn't go into 12, but they both have a common factor of 3. So 3 times the quantity of 4x plus 3. Some others? Let's get into some harder ones. So here we have x squared plus 2x. Okay. Notice both terms have an x. The coefficient here is 1, so our common factor would be an x, and then x times x gives us an x squared, and then x, we have to basically multiply it by 2 so that we would have 2x. So again, x times x is x squared, x times 2 is going to be our 2x. We'll continue to factor a few more. Let's say we have 2x squared plus 6x. Notice that the both terms have an x, and both terms have a coefficient that have factors of 2. So we can factor this by 2x, and what's left is going to be x and 3, so x plus 3. And if you want to check, 2x times x is 2x squared, and 2x times 3 is 6x. Couple more. Let's say we have 4x squared plus 2y squared. So now we're getting into some additional variables here. Notice the coefficients 4 and 2, they have a common factor of 2. But that's all they have in common. Yes, they've got exponents that are the same, but the base is different, so we cannot factor those out any further. So we're going to get, we have to have 2x squared plus y squared. And the reason that is because 2 times 2 is 4, and then we have to include the x squared here. And because we are factoring out a 2, we just have to multiply it to the 2 to the second power. So 2 times y squared is 2y squared. All right, let's do one more. This one's going to be a trinomial, so we've got 15x plus 5y plus 30z. Okay, and we're going to try to factor this. Notice that the variables are different in each one, so really we're just going to be factoring these coefficients. And the common factor that they all share, or the lowest common factor, would be 5. You know, yeah, 5 is going to be it. So we've got 5. 5 goes into 15 3 times. We have to include the x. 5 goes into 5 once, so we're just looking at the y there. And 5 goes into 36 times, and so that'd be 6z. So 5 times the quantity of 3x plus y plus 6z, and that would be your answer. So in your homework assignment, you're going to be factoring expressions similar to what I showed you here. We're going to be using this information when we divide polynomials, which will be the next lesson.